What's going on YouTube? This is Raven89 coming at you again with some more VGC content with the Zoroark team. Here I am going to have 3 videos for you today. The second one is a little bit shorter, so I don't want to jib you guys of some battles. So I am going to go over 3 battles here today. So the first one you can see on the screen, it is going to be Fran, and he's going to be bringing Kangaskhan, Yveltal, Jumpluff, and the Groudon. And here you can see my, of course, Zoroark, Yveltal, Groudon, and Mawile. So this is basically my main lead for a majority of the matches at this point in time. I have the hiccup, sorry. At this point of time that I've been testing this team out. So you're going to see a lot of battles of just Zoroark, Yveltal, Groudon, Mawile. I do end up changing it up. You'll probably see that in after a few videos, but that's the majority of the leads that you are going to see. Basically, I'm just testing out what the damage output is really with Zoroark and the Yveltal combination. So here we're going to go ahead and jump right into this battle against Fran with this team, and let's see what goes down. And I apologize for any influxes of the zoom of the game. The camera tries to follow all the movement around, and the camera does end up going a little crazy here and there with some of the animations. So he's going to start off with the Jumpluff and the Groudon. Basically, the Jumpluff is going to have that chlorophyll boost, so it'll be able to be super fast. And of course, Groudon is always a monster to deal with. So here's the Desolate Land, and that is going to trigger that. And here's the Sleep Powder right onto the Yveltal right off the bat, and there goes Yveltal going to sleep. So here's the Mawile with the Night Daze onto the Groudon. Let's see how much damage this does. That's a complete knockout. Night Daze onto that Groudon. I don't know how it was EV spread. I'm not sure how it was built, but that's a one-hit KO onto the Groudon. That's super awesome at this point in time. So out comes the Kangaskhan. The Jumpluff is not going to have that chlorophyll boost anymore, but Jumpluff is pretty fast Pokemon still nonetheless. So there's the Sleep Powder yet again, and that's going to be going on to not the Mawile, that's the Zoroark. So as you can tell by the Night Daze. So Mawile is going to be asleep, quote unquote Mawile. And there's the Double Edge onto the Yveltal, gonna do major damage onto Yveltal, and there's the recoil that Kangaskhan is gonna take. Yveltal does luckily wake up here and goes for the Snarl. Goes gonna do good amount of damage onto both the Jumpluff and the Kangaskhan. I probably should have went for the Oblivion Wing at that point to get some HP back and do some major damage, but I did not go for it. So there's the Sucker Punch onto Yveltal. Very unfortunate, but Yveltal did do some damage there, and basically just was a distraction for the Zoroark to do major damage. So there's that. So out comes the Groudon. This is still the slow Groudon build, special Groudon build that I have. So I am going to go ahead and go for that Primal Evolution here. And of course, the Jumpluff is again going to get its chlorophyll. I think that's the ability that it has. I'm pretty sure. I'm going to have to double check on that, but I'm pretty sure it's got chlorophyll. Unfortunately, Zoroark is still asleep here. Here goes Kangaskhan onto the Zoroark with the low kick. Unfortunately, that is going to be able to knock out the Zoroark, so not looking so good for me at this time. I am down 2 Pokemon, so basically Mawile here and Groudon are going to have to take the reins and try to pull this game through. So there is the Intimidate that is going to help out against this Kangaskhan, but smart, he does go ahead and switch out the Kangaskhan and goes down to Yveltal here, which is a pretty good move on his part, I believe here. So I am going to go ahead and go for the Mega Evolution. I believe that I do go for the Protect to preserve the Mawile, but I guess I don't. So there's the Sleep Powder onto the Groudon, unfortunately, and Groudon's now going to take a nap, and that kind of stinks. So here's the Iron Head onto the Jumpluff. I kind of want to just stop it from putting things to sleep. So there it is. Down goes the jump pluff. That's definitely going to help out as well. But unfortunately, out comes the Kangaskhan yet again. So Groudon does actually wake up here, and I do go for the protect to ensure that, you know, I can get out of that sleep as soon as possible. And there's the fake out onto the maul out. It's not going to do much damage at all. This maul out is pretty defensive. And there's the foul play onto the Groudon, which is not going to be blocked. So there's a sucker punch from Kangaskhan onto maul out. Pretty questionable move there, but you know, it does a good damage. And there's a sucker punch from the Yveltal. Again, going to do major damage, but the maul out does hang on. You can see the life orb on this Yveltal. Here is the Earth Power onto the Kangaskhan that is able to knock it out. Sorry, you can hear the dog walking around in the background here. And here's the Play Rough. I do land the Play Rough onto the Yveltal, and that is going to be enough to knock it out as well. And that's it. That's the end of the game there. So pretty cool match. That jump pluff definitely was a problem, and I was fortunate enough to have shorter turns of sleep. And I knew I had to get rid of that jump pluff because it was just putting everything to sleep. So here's the next battle. This is the shorter one. I did definitely want to show this off, just because of, you know, the output of the Zoroark. And I thought Sylveon was interesting. So he's going to be bringing is actually a Ray Groudon team, and so he's got the Rayquaza, Sylveon, Smeargle is such a problem for me. I'm still trying to figure out how to get around Smeargle here, but Smeargle is there, and so is the Groudon as well. So let's go ahead and jump into this battle. This is a shorter one, so you guys will be able to see what exactly goes down. So my opponent, Ray, is going to be starting off with the Smeargle and the Groudon, and here I am bringing out the Mawile, quote unquote, and the Yveltal Bacon Bird in the house. Bacon Bird in the house. So there is the Primal Groudon activation right there on my opponent's side. Again, you can notice that I did not initiate the Intimidate, but again, Mawile does have Hyper Cutter as the other ability, so that is a possibility as well to fake it out. So here's the Wide Guard coming out from the Smeargle, which I thought was super interesting, but I do go for the Night Daze onto this Groudon. Major damage, but unfortunately not enough to knock it out. But actually the Groudon goes for the Eruption here, and it does not do enough damage. So here is the Illusion, goes away. He does go for, and I do go for the Snarl. Unfortunately, Moody Boost, its accuracy is going to sharply raise, and Evasive Miss is going to fall. So I do go ahead and go for the Night Daze yet again, but that's actually going to go onto the Smeargle here. And Smeargle does have the Focus Sash. There's the Earth Power going on to Zoroark. That should kill, but actually, yeah, there it is. So that is going to be enough to knock out the Zoroark, unfortunately, but I do go here for the Dark Pulse onto the Smeargle to try to end its shenanigans. That's a crit, but it does not matter because he's out in that Focus Sash grind. So Yveltal is going to take some damage from the Life Orb, and as you can see, this is mostly special Yveltal, but I do have the Life Orb and Sucker Punch as well, so that does help as well with being able to take those quick knockouts with the Sucker Punch when needed. So I am going to activate the Mega Stone with the Mawile here, and Yveltal does go for that Sucker Punch like I said before, and that is going to be enough to knock out this Groudon. I guess he just didn't assume, I guess he assumed that I didn't have Sucker Punches. I showed the Snarl and the Dark Pulse. So here's the Iron Head onto the Sylveon. Super surprised that Mawile was able to outspeed this Sylveon, but it is what it is, and it's able to knock out. And here comes the Rayquaza against, it's basically a 3-on-1 situation here, and my opponent Ray is going to go ahead and forfeit the match there. So something I wanted to take out of that was, again, the damage, the output of Zoroark on the Groudon. Now, depending on how the Groudon was built, I mean, it's able to take the hits. In that one match, the Groudon wasn't able to take a hit, so I guess that was no investment in defenses at all. I did not run damage calcs for the Pokemon yet. I am going to take a look at that once I do a little bit more research on this team and try to finalize, what kind of Pokemon I want to use with this team. But so far, just messing around with damage calcs and finding out what the damage output for these Pokemon are. It's just super, super, super fun to use. So my next opponent here will be Zero. He's going to have a team of Cresselia, Groudon, Kangaskhan, and that's actually Kyurem White. So that's going to be super interesting to see here. Again, my team here is going to be Zoroark, Yveltal, Groudon, and Mawile. So let's go ahead and jump into this battle, and this will be the final battle of this video. If you guys like this video, again, please leave a like. I'll greatly appreciate that. So here's the Kyurem White and the Kangaskhan. That's actually shiny Kyurem, which is pretty cool. And here's Bacon Bird and Mawile, quote unquote. So there's the Turbo Blaze here, and Yveltal's Dark Aura is going to initiate as well. So Mega Kangaskhan coming out, most likely going to fake out the Mawile, I thought. But he actually goes for the Yveltal, which is super interesting. So Yveltal is going to get faked out and going to flinch. There's the Night Days, and I do target down the Kyurem. Kyurem's going to take a major amount of damage, and I actually get the accuracy fall. That's another side thing that Night Days has. It can actually lower the accuracy. It's 40% chance for that, so it's super, super cool. He does go for the Earth Power and misses. I do go for the Night Sucker Punch, and that does fail. There's the Night Days onto the Kangaskhan, does major damage as well again. Here is the Double Edge onto the Mawile, quote unquote, but it is Zoroark showing off its illusion, wearing off there. So down goes the Zoroark, and this Kangaskhan is going to take major recoil from that Sucker Punch, from that Double Edge, I'm sorry, and down goes the Kangaskhan. So Yveltal still sitting here, and I am going to go ahead and send this Groudon out, and here comes Cresselia. So super interesting move here. I am going to go ahead and go for the Primal. Again, this is still the special Groudon that is slower but bulky built. Still testing with that. Not sure if I should have a faster Groudon or slower Groudon. I like the bulk, but I don't like going, slow all the time. It's super situational, so something I'm going to be testing out as well. I do go here for the Protect, and there's the Earth Power that is going to miss. I do go for the Snarl onto both Pokemon, and Kyurem does go down, and Cresselia's special attack is going to fall as well. So down goes Kangaskhan and Kyurem. Left is the last Pokemon and this Cresselia. So there's the Icy Wind. It is going to slow down my Yveltal. Super effective, but not going to do too much. But he's pretty much trying to set up for his Groudon here. So out comes the Groudon. It is going to go ahead and use the Primal yet again. And yeah, so Cresselia Groudon combination super, super scary. The opposing Groudon is going to go ahead and go for the Protect. And I do go for the Sucker Punch, and that should have targeted down the Cresselia. I think I ran out of time, and I clicked on Groudon real quick, so that was a mistake on my end. My speed is going to fall on both Pokemon here, and that probably would have been almost a knockout on Cresselia. Well, maybe not, but there's the Sucker Punch onto the Groudon to just get some damage onto it. Still does a good amount of damage. Groudon here is going to go for the Rock Slide, which is super interesting. It is enough to take out the Yveltal, actually, and down goes Yveltal, but Yveltal did his job. So Cresselia is going to go here for the skill swap, and now this Groudon has Levitate, which is super, super scary. So I do go here for the Eruption. It does major damage onto both Pokemon. So this Cresselia does have the Citrus Barrier, which actually gains a lot of HP back. So here comes my last Pokemon, Mawile, and super scary situation here. I do get the Intimidate off onto both Pokemon. I'm not sure what my opponent's going to go here go for here. So I do go ahead and Mega the Molow, and I do go for the double Protect here to try to scope out. There's the Helping Hand onto the Groudon. Super, super scary. Molow does go for the Protect here, and my Groudon also goes for the Protect. So now I can see that this Cresselia basically is a support to slow down Pokemon, and then Helping Hand, and Groudon just goes in and does the work. So the Groudon does go here for the Protect, and I do go for the Sucker Punch yet again. Just bad choices for me here. So Cresselia does take away Molow's huge power, which is definitely unfortunate, but with how low these Pokemon's HP are, it's not too much of a big deal. I do go for the Earth Power onto Cresselia, and is able to knock out surprisingly. And there's the Sucker Punch onto Groudon to basically knock it out for the win. So super, super close game. Some mistakes here and there on my part with the choosing the target for the Sucker Punch, but ended up, Molow and Groudon were able to go ahead and take the game at the end there anyway. So that's basically it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like or leave comments in the below. Any team suggestions for this team. Right now you're going to see a bunch of videos, because I pre-recorded a bunch of them on my VS recorder, of just the Zoroark, Yveltal, Groudon, Molow. You'll see another Pokemon in a couple of videos as well. But if you guys have any cool suggestions along with the Zoroark, Yveltal, Groudon, maybe that fourth Pokemon, or not even Groudon, and throw in another Pokemon in there that could do well as well. I even thought about doing Zoroark, Yveltal, Xerneas, like some crazy fairy Pokemon, maybe like a Sylveon or something like that, for this team as well. So leave your comments in below. Maybe let me know if that sounds like a good idea. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I'm having tons of fun. I don't even care. I'm not showing on Battle Spot. I am going to be honest here. I am winning a good amount of games, but I am losing a bunch as well. Smeargle is a huge problem for this team. If it's Scarfed Smeargle with the Dark Void, it is a huge problem for this team. Another problem I have with this team, if I'm leading Zoroark, Yveltal, the Kangaskhan Xerneas lead is also a problem for me as well, depending on who the Kangaskhan fakes out and stuff like that. So you'll see some more videos coming from me using this team. Just super fun. Even the losses, I think it's super fun. The damage output, like I said, the damage output with these two Pokemon is just so fun to use. I can't stop using it. I'm thinking about it all the time. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like on the video if you liked it. If you didn't, then dislike it. Down, thumbs down, boo. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I'm rambling. I'm done. I'll catch y'all later. Peace out.